Hey guys, it's Dina here, and I wanted to do a quick video on a couple of the new Milani Fierce Foil Eyeshadow sets that I picked up from CVS. I haven't seen any video reviews on these, so I wanted to share with you some swatches of them and let you know my initial thoughts on them, as I have worn them a couple times, so I can let you know kind of my experience with them. These are quite pricey. I picked them up. They were on a buy one get one 50% off. So the price at CVS was $9.49 each. So then, of course, they were buy one get one half off. So these are really unique in texture. They are supposed to be like a foiled texture. So they're a little different to work with. I'll tell you that right off the bat. The colors that I got two different ones. I got number 01 Milan and 03 Florence. There were two other ones that I didn't pick up. They had like some that had like blues and purples, but I just got the neutral palettes. So this one is number 1. These are kind of hard to open. So this one is palette 01, and this is probably not going to pick up as true to color until I swatch them, but this is kind of like a peachy color with gold in it, a lot of gold glitter. This is going to be like a gold with an iridescent gold glitter. This is a kind of bronze with a gold glitter to it, and then this is a more kind of taupey brown with some bronze colored glitter in it. The packaging is gold, so it's going to reflect off of the lighting that I have. But I'll try and get it as close up as I can. But all these do have glitter in them. The texture of these is literally like it almost feels like a gel. When you touch it, it's very wet. It almost feels like it has an oil in it. And if you take your finger and push it, it literally will make a huge dent. See how you can see the indentation of my finger, and it is super duper wet. I don't know if you can see the dent that my finger left in it. These are very, very hard to work with. I found when blending them, wearing them by themselves was almost impossible for me. I tried them without a primer first, just putting them on my bare lid, and it literally rubbed off within a couple hours. So then I wiped that off, what was left. I mean, there was just like a couple specks of glitter. And I tried using a primer, which I used Urban Decay Primer Potion. Tried it again, putting it on, just using the little applicator that it comes with, which is kind of strange also. It's literally a rubber applicator. So I tried that, and again, it wore off within a couple hours. The only way I found that these do work is applying them either with your finger on top of a dry shadow, because the shadow is giving it something to stick to, or applying them multiple times throughout the day. That's about the only way that I found that they're going to work. They seem to work best as an enhancer to another shadow, because once you're applying them, if you try and apply it over top of itself, it seems to clump up really bad, because the texture of them is so clumpy. So it's almost like it's better to try and rub it out using your, more like a patting motion or a synthetic bristled brush. So this is kind of like the peachy color that I was talking about. So I'll go ahead and swatch these for you. They are really pretty. They're just extremely hard to work with, as they are very, very wet. I understand the concept of foil, which is getting the product wet and then applying it, but when you foil something, it dries, and these don't dry, they stay wet. It's like almost like an oil base to it, and it never seems to dry down. So this is the golden color with the iridescent kind of shimmer to it. So here are the two colors there. And then this is the more taupey brown. And I mean, you really have to get into these to get any pigmentation. So that was me rubbing decently hard, and then I just keep on swirling, and I get this on my finger, and then I'll, as you can see, I mean, it's very chunky, but then I'm just kind of like tapping it, kind of patting it, and it kind of like removes the product. So I will put a powdered shadow down, and I'll show you how these apply on top of a powder, because I did do that today and it worked a lot better. This is more of the coppery brown. It is really, really pretty. It's got some like golden iridescent color to it. These remind me a lot of the they're the Stila, can't think of what they're called, maybe a smudge pot or something, not a smudge pot, can't think of what they're called now, but I own one somewhere. Can't think of what those are called. Magnificent Metals, maybe. As you can see, this coppery colored one with the gold glitter is really, really pretty. So that one is definitely the most pigmented of the 4 shades. So again, that is the number 1 palette. And then we'll move on to the number 2 palette. These are hard to open. As you can see, I mean, I've really dipped my brush and made a mess of these. I'm not sure how long these will last as well, as far as drying out, because they're so wet. So I don't know how that's going to play into the product lasting. This is another bronzy color here. I mean, they're just so awkward to work with. So this is a kind of bronzy color here, so I'll stick that up on the top. This is just straight bronze, like a metallic bronze, has no glitter in this one. I'm just wiping my finger off here on a wet wipe. And then this is a dark kind of chocolate brown. Kind of has like a golden sheen to it. It's quite pigmented as well. These seem to blend out okay, but again, keep in mind they do stay wet. So that seems to be the problem if you're trying to wear them on a bare lid. That one definitely has glitter in that one. But it's like a micro glitter. This is not like a chunky glitter. It's very smooth when you apply it. You can't feel any chunks. Alright, this one is an iridescent gold. I mean, I'm rubbing quite hard and you can see my skin all the way through. So it's, and now I have a huge glob of it on my hand. It's just very hard to work with. Okay, so here is, I guess I could do this on the camera, huh? Alright, so here is number 3. If you hear any noises in the background, my dog is going crazy. My boyfriend left for work and my dog's going crazy. Alright, so there is number 3. So it's quite pigmented. It's a gorgeous kind of metallic gold. It's kind of it's iridescent, but it's very metallic looking. Still very chunky, hard to work with. And then the last one is going to be like a copper penny shade. Oh my gosh, it's so chunked up underneath my hand. It's like so wasteful. Charlie? He needs some attention, I think. He acts like he never gets any. Maybe he wants some makeup. Okay, and this is the copper shade. Of course, the more I touch it, the more it comes off of my finger here. It's just clumped up on there. And that is the last swatch there. So there is all 4 shades. They are very pretty. They're just very hard to work with. So I'm going to grab a brush really quickly and show you how they apply on top of a powder shadow. So I'm just going to get a just my Naked palette here, and I'm just going to grab a dark brown shadow here. This is Primal, nothing fancy. I'm just going to show you how they apply on top of a powder, so you can see once they have something to stick to how much better they work. Use this little brush here. This is just a brush from some set I got off eBay. I have no idea what it was called, but it was like a pretty large set of synthetic brushes. I'm going to use this dark brown shade here. And this changes the whole look of the shadow, but it definitely gives it something to adhere to. Here is this same shadow right here, just applied to bare skin. Here it is on top of a shadow. So it's transforming, I think, for the better. But this, I mean, this is very, very tacky. Like, I can feel the wetness of it. It's not drying down at all. This right here, it's not at all. Like, it literally feels dry. And I just put it on there. So, here's the very first couple swatches that I did, and literally, do you see that? I mean, they do not dry. None of them dry. So, I just wanted to share these with you just in case you were looking for these and were curious about them. Again, they do work really well on dry shadows. But not by themselves. So I think they're more of an enhancer than anything else. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.